Good morning, dear children. Our civics chapter number 6, political parties, is going on. Yesterday we seen its function. Now, in what situation this function is not work? That we are going to see. It means we are going to see today what is the necessity of the political party. If the political parties are not there, so all these functions or didn't work. Got it? So now we are going to discuss necessity of the political parties. This list of the function is a sense answer the question asked above. We need political party because they perform all these functions. If the no political party is there, if single candidate is there who is not belong to any of the party, he can't fulfill any kind of the condition which he or promises which he given to his public or which he given to the particular area members. But we still need to ask why the modern democratic cannot exist without a political party. We can understand the necessity of the political parties by imagining a situation without party. Every candidates in the election will be independent, so no one will be able to make any promises to the people about any major policy changes. Means simply we can say here that the member who is not belong to any of the party, so he is not able to take a major decision which is related to that country, which is related to the outer country decision, he is not able to take alone. In that situation, we need the party here. With the help of party, we can take a big decision. So here we can say, children, the party is more important. The democratic government may be formed, but its utility will remain ever uncertain. Election representatives will be accountable to their constituency for what they do in the locality, but no one will be responsible for how the country will be run. Means single person can't responsible ki how the country is working, but a group of people is there, but a party is there, the whole the party is responsible which type of the criteria is going on that particular country. Suppose we can see nowadays the COVID-19 is a big problem which facing the India also. So related to that disease, a party is taking their own decisions. Suppose Mr. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there, so he is taking any kind of decision with the help of his party for the welfare of the India. Got it? If the single person is there and he is not belong to any of the party, so he is unable to take any decision for whole the country. That simply we can say. Now we can also think about it looking we can also think about it by looking at the non-party based election to the panchayat is in many states. Although the parties do not contest formally, it is generally noticed that the village gets split into more than one function, each of which puts up a panel of its candidate. We can also think about it by looking at the non-party based election to the panchayat in many states. Means they are not in the panchayat, we can see that members are not belongs to any of the party. Although the parties do not contest formally, it is generally noticed that the village gets split into more than one faction, each of which puts up the panel of its candidates. Means they make the panels of their candidate, and through that panels they come on that position. This is exactly what the party does. Means this is the way to making the party. That is the reason we find political parties in almost all the countries of the world. Whether these countries are big or small or old or new, development or developing. Means in many countries, various types of the party we can see. The rise of the political party is directly linked to the emergence of the representative democracy. As have seen, large society need representative democracy. As societies became large and complex, they also needed some agency to gather different views on various issues and to present this to the government. They needed some ways to bring various representatives together so that a responsibility government could be formed. They needed a mechanism to support or retrain the government, make policies justify or oppose them. Political parties fulfill these needs they every representative government has. We can say that the parties are a necessary condition for a democracy. So why these parties are necessary, we can see in brief कि without political parties or formation the government is not possible. Stable government isn't possible without the party formation. We can understand the necessity of political parties by imagining a situation without a political party. If we imagine any of the situation without a political party, so what will happen? Every candidate in the election will be an independent and candidate and unable to make any promise to the people about any policy or decision. If he has given any promises to his candidates, so he is unable to make fulfill that promises. That particular candidate is unable to fulfill the promises which he has given to the general public. Now elected representative will be accountable only to their constituency for what they do in their locality. No one will be responsible as to how the country will run. So no one will be responsible for the same. And the government may be formed, but it will always be uncertain and unstable. Means government will be formed without means partyless government will be there, but this will be uncertainty or unresponsible government will be there. Now formation of the policies we are seeing here. So in the absence of the political parties, no candidate will be able to make any promises to the people about any major policy changes and the new policies. Parties play a parties then we can see the role of the party in making laws for the country. The laws are debated and passed in the legislature, but the most of the members belong to a party, so they go by the direction of the party decision or irrespective of their personal opinions. So here the one lag point is there, which is the lag point is there. If the peoples are not belong to any of the party, so they are unable to take any good decision for their country also. So these, so that here is the very much important or necessity of the political parties in any of the country which is democratic country. Now how many how many parties should we have? So that is also very important point is here ki okay, political parties is an essential part of the any kind of the democratic government we seen, but how many parties is necessary for run the government, that we are going to see. In a democracy, any group of citizens is free to form a political party. In this formal sense, there are a large number of political parties in each country. More than the 750 parties are registered with the Election Commission of India. So we can say here कि in democracy, any group of citizens is free to form a political party. In India, we can found more than the 750 political parties. But not all these parties are serious contenders in the elections. Usually only a handful of parties are effectively in the race to win the election and form the government. So the questions then is how many major or effective parties are good for a democracy. Means in India we can see there are the 750 political parties are here, but all are not effectively and all are not runs for the election. So how many political parties are important and which are the major parties are there, that we are going to discuss. Okay. Now in some countries only one party is allowed to control and run the government. These are called a one party system. In last lecture also we discussed about the one party system, what is the one party system, and we are seeing ki in China there is the one party system found. So in China we can see there is only one political party is there. In 9th standard we noted that in China only the Communist Party is allowed to rule, and although legally speaking people are free to form the political parties, it does not happen because the electoral system does not permit free competition for the power. We can't consider one party system as a good option because this is not a democratic option. In democratic government we need more than one party. If the only one party is there on the ruling, it means it is the Hitler side, not a democratic side, because that party and only this party which is on the throne, that only is responsible for running the government, and no party is there in the opposition. In democratic government the opposition party is also very 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 important. So with the one party we can't say ki there is the democratic type of the government. Its feature also given there ki in the democratic government there is more than one party we needed. So any democratic system must allow at least two parties to compete in election and provide a fair chance for the competing parties to come to a power. Means which party is ruling the nation, this party is properly ruling his or means ruling the nation properly or not. For that one opposition party is there, so they kept a watch upon that party, and in this way the democratic government fulfill its condition. Now in some countries power usually changes between two main parties. Several other parties may exist, contest election and win a few seats in the national legislature, but only the two main parties have a serious chance of winning the majority of seats to form a government. Such a party system is called a two-party system. Means here is the parties are here, and which party got the major votes or major seats in the legislature, he is the winner party, and another one is the opposition party. The United States of America and United Kingdom both are the examples of the two-party system. We discuss also two-party system ki in this party system country only having a two major party, one party function as the party in the power and runs administration, and the other party is in the opposition. And examples, America and England. In several parties competed for the power, and more than the two parties have responsible chance of coming to a power either or on their own strength or in alliance with others. We call it the multi-party system. Thus, in India, we have a multi-party system. In this system, the government is formed by the various parties coming together in a coalition. Means we can see in India the many parties are there. India is the good example of the diversity. India is the good example of the multi-party system. So here, when the several parties in the multi-party system join hands for the purpose of the contesting election and winning a power, it is called an alliance or a front. So in multi-party system, we can say in this way, the under this system there are the several numbers of the political parties in a country. Party with a majority or the representatives form of the government. Other parties function as the opposition parties. India has the multi-party system. Sometime if no single party has the majority, two or more parties come together to form the government. This is the rule of the multi-party system. So in the multi-party system, we can say the many parties, peoples are come together and which contest the election and come on the and took up their seats. Now, for example, in India, there were the three such a major alliances in 2004 parliamentary election, the National Democratic Alliance, the United Progressive Alliance, and the Left Front. Means these all the parties are came together and established their government. If no single party got the proper बहुमत जिसको बोलते, इफ एक पार्टी को अगर ज़्यादा बहुमत नहीं है तो इन दैट सिचुएशन दैट 2 or 3 more than 2 or 3 parties came together and established their government. Now the multi-party system often appears very messy and leads to political instability. Here we can see the multi-party system is not good or messy. Then at the same time this system allowed a variety of the interest and opinion to enjoy the political representation. So which of these is the better? Perhaps the best answer to this very common question is that this is not a very good question. Party system is not something any country can choose, and it involves over a long time depending on the nature of the society, its social and regional division. Means how many parties, we can't say ki how many party is the need of that particular country, because it is totally depend upon that country's political features, depends upon that country's nature, society, or political features or division. Okay, so this cannot be changed very quickly, and if there are the many parties, so we can't take any decision about ki only one party, we want only 2 parties here, rest of the party मीन्स वो आप बैग चले जाओ, बाकी पार्टीज हमें नहीं चाहिए, ऐसा हम नहीं बोल सकते. तो हियर दिस कैन नॉट बी चेंज वेरी क्विकली, ये सब कुछ इतने जल्दी चेंज नहीं हो सकता. ईच कंट्री डेवलप अ पार्टी सिस्टम दैट इज conditioned by its special circumstances. For example, if India has involved a multi-party system, it is because the social and geographical diversity in such a large country, it is not easily absorbed by 2 or even 3 parties. No system is ideal for the countries and all the situation. So why in India we want a multi-party system? Ki India is the vast country, with many social and geographical diversity also here is. So people speak different languages, profess different religions, and have a different customs and traditions. Some areas or regions are very prosperous while the others are under development and backward. Also we can say कि some areas जैसे कि like the Kerala, if we are taken here the example of the Kerala, this area is well developed area and the peoples are literate only we can found there. So as a result all the diversities cannot be absorbed and looked after only by 1 or 2 parties. So here are necessity in India, it is necessity of the multi-party system. The multi-party system allow a various interests and opinions to enjoy the political representation. India has a multi-party, so the India having a multi-party system. So I can give you some examples about that. Akai Dal in Punjab we found, Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh, then Aam Aadmi Party. Where is the Aam Aadmi Party? Yes, in the Delhi we can found the Aam Aadmi Party. And who is the main leader of Aam Aadmi Party? I think. Yes, everybody knows that Arvind Kejriwal is the leader of the Aam Aadmi Party. Then Telugu Desam, that party is work in the Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Then DMK, Tamil Nadu. Indian National Lok Dal is the Haryana. So these are the particular state party. That parties are work on that state only. Okay. So in this way, we learn here कि without party it is impossible to run a good type of the government. Then finally we can say here कि that which kind of the party system is in that particular country, it is depend upon the size, shape, and variety, culture, society. According to that, we founder parties are there, and according to founder numbers of party which are performing there. Thank you. Next part we will see in next video.